School. Most people have been there, and a lot of people have probably been salty before in their life. So let's talk about it. Also, I know a lot of animators have done videos like this, but I wanna, so here we go. I'm going to share some of my salty stories. Okay, so one time in year 4, that's first grade for you Americans out there, I was like 6 or 7, and this story takes a little bit of context to understand. My teacher thought all the stupid children would be nicer if she gave them a little incentive in the form of presents for being good. So she made a system where she had this huge jar of little square chips made of blue card, and everyone in the class had an envelope with their name on it. So how it works was if you did something nice for someone, then they could take a chip and put it in your envelope. At the end of the year, the teacher counted up everyone's chips. Depending on how many chips you got, you could get different prizes. Now that I think about it, you could probably easily cheat by getting your friends to give you loads of chips. But I guess we were too stupid to think of such a complex plan. So I wanted chips, but I didn't know what to do. Until the teacher said there was 5 minutes left until the end of break, so we had to start clearing away the toys we had out. That's when I saw it. A giant tower of different toys this little Asian kid had been hoarding. I knew this was my chance. I went up to him and said I would help him put everything away, and I did. So at the end of break, Miss told everyone to put any chips in other people's envelopes if they thought they were kind to them that break time. Finally, I thought. The kid stood up, walked over to the jar, then sat down to the seat next to it for the next lesson. He wasn't giving me a chip for my work. I was so salty because I spent my time clearing up his mess. He barely even did anything. The next day, I knew what I had to do. Being the little savage I was, I waited till the teacher wasn't looking, then I made my move. I took as many chips as my little child hand would fit in it, and shoved them in my envelope. Obviously, this isn't one of my best moments, but on the other hand...
Wow, Sophia has gotten the most in the class. Well done. Here's a teddy bear, and some candy, and some chocolate. Congratulations.
Okay, the next story also requires a bit of context too. From year 1 to 3, every kid had to write with a pencil. However, there was one exception, the pen license. The pen license was only given to the kids with the best handwriting in the class. Every week in assembly, there was a chance some lucky kid would get one. This meant they were allowed to bring to school and use a pen. This was the biggest flex of all in our school. However, at the beginning of year 4, everyone gets access to pens, and I didn't know this at the time. So I really wanted a pen license for all of year 2 to 3. At the end of year 3 assembly, I finally got my wish, a pen license. I was kind of bummed that I was at the end of the year, so I wouldn't be able to use it until year 4, but I was still happy. So at the beginning of year 4, I come in with my pen ready to flex on all the other kids with bad handwriting, when I see everyone else had a pen as well. Then I learned everyone was now allowed pens, and I never got to use my license. I've always been salty about that story. Actually, fun fact, my handwriting is basically unreadable to the untrained eye. But I guess the standards were lower back then. These stories I look back on and still feel salty towards. I guess I was just a salty kid. By the way, I still have the envelope from the first story with my name on it to this day. Anyways, those were my salty stories. I hope you enjoyed. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I have some stuff to say for the end card, so let's get on with it. Okay, first off, thank you so much for 300 subscribers. It's greatly appreciated. This video is like 4 minutes long of animation, so I'm going to try to keep it at that length. Also, you may notice that I do some new mouths for my character, and they're giving off huge Hamanations vibes, which I didn't intend, but I hope you like them anyway. Also, you may notice this video came out later than normal, and that's because I was on a short break as I was doing so much work for the sub-war, but now I will try to upload every 1 to 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks sometimes, but if it is 3 weeks then it'll be better quality. Maybe comment below if you prefer shorter and lower quality videos coming out regularly, or longer and higher quality videos coming out every like 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, thank you for if you listened to all of that, and I hope you have a good day. Or night if your sleep schedule is non-existent like mine.